my name is Elizabeth Sandford. I was asked to answer some interview questions about my experience with weightlifting. So I'm going to read off the question and then I will answer it. I started in 2012, so it's been about 11 years. I started my freshman year of college. I definitely worked out before then, but nothing like serious, just like for sports and stuff in high school. Haven't. Everything I learned was from YouTube or asking people in the gym or, old workout partners that I've used to work out with and, would teach me some things. So no professional training. Well, my number one technique is just go heavy on everything. I think that gives me usually the best results is, push myself the hardest. I would just say, make sure you're setting yourself up with a good split. There are thousands of things that you can Google to teach you about different splits. So just make sure, no matter what you're doing, your technique and your form has been fixed or has been perfected before you're putting on any serious amount of weights. A good way to check your form is to ask somebody, or you can even record yourself at the gym and then look back to see, if your back looked good, if it looked how it's supposed to look, things like that. I think the biggest misconception is your diet is way more important than anything that you are doing in the gym. So if you want to look a certain way, you have to get on some type of diet, no matter what it is. If you want to gain weight, you need to eat more. If you want to lose weight, you need to eat less. You're not out training your diet. Macros matter. Look into it, do the research on it. And that's where you're really going to start seeing any type of results. I would say get somebody to go work out with you. It doesn't even need to be someone who knows what they're doing. If you, I started with me and my best friend, we're like, you know what? We're just going to start going to the gym every day and we're going to see what happens. So I don't think you need to even, have somebody that knows what they're doing. I mean, obviously it's better if you do, but if you're going to be stupid, you can at least look stupid with somebody else. I think it's, a little bit of accountability as well. But yeah, my advice would be 1, find somebody to work out with, and 2, don't be afraid to ask people at the gym for help. I love when people ask me stuff at the gym because I'm often not talked to at all. So, every once in a while, someone will ask me about my workout or what I'm doing. It looks something different than what they're used to seeing. And I love explaining it. I love being asked for a spot because that means you think I'm strong. So don't be intimidated to talk to people that look like they know what they're doing. I love to share, and most people do as well. You already know the answer is going to be protein. I eat, I would say, 20 to 30 grams of protein every 3 to 4 hours. So I start, my first meal is at 7:30ish in the morning and my last meal is at 9:30. I eat probably 220 to 250 grams of protein a day. And I weigh about I fluctuate between 155, 165. So I know it's way more than what people suggest, but I don't know. That's what works for me. You do have to do a little bit of trial and error until you figure out what works for you. But I can tell when I haven't eaten correctly, I can just feel it in my body. So it does take some time to get, figure yourself out. But once you do, it's rewarding to follow your macros and do it the right way. Obviously, I've been, I'll set up and I've had people pull a bar off me in the middle of my work. I've had a lot of crazy things happen. But at the end of the day, I do want to just say you're gonna experience crappy things in any part of your life, at work, at the gym, even probably at home with your family, but you just have to kind of move on from it. You can dwell on it and let it upset you, or you can just take it out on your next set and push even harder. So, you know, like I said, it's gonna happen, and that's okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world, and it shouldn't ruin your workout, because you're there to better yourself, and that's what's really important. That's what really matters. So I would say, you know, like I said, I've had, you know, some crappy situations. I've had situations where, like, oh, they ask, like, my boyfriend if I'm done with something instead of just asking me, which is like, you could just ask me. I'm literally standing right here. But again, that's like the whole sex at the gym thing. But I would say 98% of my experiences have been very positive. I've met a lot of really cool people that I would have never met if it wasn't for the gym. You know, you always end up making like a little friend group at the gym. I've moved gyms a lot, so I've made quite a few different amounts of friend groups. I met my boyfriend at the gym. So you're always meeting people, and that's kind of fun as well. You are also meeting people who are like-minded, which is important. It's really hard to spend a lot of time with people that don't have the same goals as you. Sometimes they don't like understand, or they give you a hard time about stuff, which can be frustrating. So the gym is great because it's like-minded people, and you know, you meet a lot of cool people. You watch yourself do things that you never thought you would ever be able to do, which is also really cool. You know, you get to mold yourself into whatever you want to be. Not really. I just think, you know, you should get out there. I would say the number one thing is make sure you like what you're doing. There's a lot of different training programs. So just because one type of training isn't working for you, that doesn't mean that there's not other ones that you can do. There are so many different ways to train, between like your splits, like a push-pull leg or like a 5-day split. And then there's like full body hits. You could even become like a CrossFitter and do stuff like that if you're more into like a more intense type of training. I am not. I am like powerlifter trainer. And then I do a little bit of like accessory work just to, you know, keep myself occupied for the 2 hours that I'm at the gym. So that's really it. I would say it changed my life, obviously, for the better. I wouldn't go every day for over a decade if it hadn't. So keep that in mind. And if you need a little motivation to get there, find somebody to go with you. Don't be scared of the people that are actually there that look like they know what they're doing. They're probably going to be the nicest people at the gym. And go out and enjoy it. Thanks.